Hello, hello, guys, gals, and fellow indie pals. Well, the day we've been waiting for has finally gotten here. The boom has been lowered, the broom has been dropped. There's dirt all over the floor, and we're all afraid because the ground is dirty. And what do I mean by that? Well, turns out Nintendo has finally found something that they feel like is a big enough go ahead for them to go ahead and sue Palworld. And it came out, was this yesterday on the 18th, that a lawsuit was filed in Japan from Nintendo to Pocket Pair, the creators of Power World. And essentially, they're not going after them for copyright infringement, which is what I'm sure plenty of people thought that they would be going after them for, just because of creature designs or mechanics or something like that. Well, it turns out it actually is mechanics, but it's not copyright infringement, it's patent infringement. And from what I've been hearing and the research that I've done, I'm like not gonna lie. When I say research, I mean like I watched a couple of videos and listened to other people talk about this. Okay, I literally have not even done a Google search because Google is pretty much worthless now. There's no need to use Google. Like you're just gonna get a random AI answer, and that AI answer is probably just gonna tell you to take off your socks and shoes and go play in traffic. So there's no point to even doing that. But apparently, what they're going after Pocket Pair for is for patent infringement. And in my opinion, this is one of the goofiest things I have. One of the goofiest things I heard because apparently in 2021 Nintendo essentially patented monster catching. And that's interesting because Pokemon is they're not the first monster catching game. They're probably the biggest in the genre, but there are plenty of different games where you catch a monster with some sort of device and use it to either fight for you or work on your behalf, right? And there are plenty that actually work without the mechanic of even needing to catch the monster, really. Um, so this is a little interesting because like I mean the whole premise of Pal World was that like most people were just like, oh, it's just Pokemon with guns, right? Which it's definitely more than that. There's more to it than that when it comes to the base building and like having like a little backup army that like does work and stuff for you at your base. And like I personally have not played Pal World. I'm not interested in multiplayer, not gonna lie. So I never put money into it or even thought about buying it. It's just like, yeah, the premise of the game was funny. People really enjoyed it, and that was like a thumbs up enough for me, right? But it's not my cup of tea, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna give a developer money just because it's like, yeah, good on you for sticking it to the man, right? But this is so ridiculous to think about because there are so many different there are a couple different games that I've played and really enjoyed that are essentially in the same genre as Pokemon that are monster catchers that literally like have the same premise. You catch a monster with a device and you use it to either fight for you or work for you. With the one exception of one game that I really like, Monster Sanctuary, where you don't have to catch a monster at all. Like you literally you defeat a monster and you have the chance of getting an egg, and then you hatch that egg. And thank God there's no requirements to like hatch the egg. Like you just get it and you can either actually you don't even have to keep it either. You can donate the egg to like your own personal like because you have like a keeper base in Monster Sanctuary. You can like donate the egg to like the base's army or and they even just like get rid of it if you don't want it or stuff like that. Like there's options, right? And there's no like timer or anything like that. Like, oh, you gotta wait 30, you have to wait 30 hours for this egg that has like a some sort of goofy mobile game. Thank God. But I don't know, this idea that you can just patent monster catching is just so odd to me because all in all, like it's a completely fictitious concept, right? Like if we want to catch an animal in real life, like you go get a net, you go get a cage. Like we don't have devices that digitize an animal's entire form and likeness into like laser energy or something like that, and they store it into a little device, or they turn it into like light or something like that and store it in a light bulb or something. I don't know. Like whatever it is that these different games and different concepts have, it's all completely fictitious because this isn't the way that we in real life actually catch animals or hold them or whatever, anything like that. So I find it completely ridiculous that Nintendo thought that they would patent the idea of a completely fictitious and made up method of catching completely fictitious and made up animals for personal use, or like as like 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 to fight with or whatever. Like it's ridiculous. And the fa- the fact that months and months and months later they're now going after Power World, like it took them this long to find something to still go after them with. It's astounding, honestly. That's real. That you gotta be real salty to keep holding on to that grudge, man. You gotta be real mad. You gotta be real mad. They are so mad. And honestly, I find that that's great. I think it's great. I think it's great that Nintendo is still mad all these months later, even when like Power World's numbers have dwindled considerably. It's like this is what you guys are really putting your money and effort into. When like I literally like probably about a month ago or so made a video that was literally just ranting about how absolutely horrible Pokemon Violet is, and how it was like one day I just had the urge because I was just like I just want to play Pokemon, like I want to run around, I want to battle traders, I want to battle, my Pokemon, I want to do some wonder trading and get some absolutely cracked Hackmon from the wonder trade, which still shout out to the Wonder Trade people who like send through all these hack mom, right? Because this is where I'm getting all my legendaries from, man. You guys are saving my life here. I haven't played it in a couple weeks, actually, probably since that video that where I literally was just yipping yapping off at the mouth, and how much it really was upsetting that it's like this game is so bare bones, so empty. There's nothing to really do in it now that I've actually beaten it. And it honestly is just it's sad. It's sad, right? It's sad that they really couldn't put more effort into it, that they spent all this money, and the game itself is like a 3 out of 10. It's absolutely abysmal. It's absolutely abhorrent. It's like it's pretty pathetic, all in all, that this is where they chose to put their energy and effort instead of just making a good game. So I guess I don't know. I guess somewhere along the line this is gonna make some Nintendo executive happy to or just I guess make them feel better temporarily that they took Power World down a peg or something. Who knows, to be completely honest. But I've been trying to gather as much information as I can on this entire lawsuit and stuff like that, because Power World said that they don't even know what patent they could have infringed on. And again, the concept of owning an entire genre of gaming is ridiculous, because gaming as a medium, whether it be like through entertainment or media in general, is like the biggest by far. It's bigger than movies, it's bigger than concerts, like it's humongous, right? And the fact that this is like to be like we own catching fake animals in fake devices is ridiculous, because you have so many other games. Like I'll say two that I've enjoyed recently are Nexomon and the sequel Nexomon Extinction, and then there's another one that's specifically on mobile called Coromon that I've enjoyed as well. And both of those, or all three rather, all three of them are like really fun, really well written. Like the monsters and stuff are very unique. Koromon, especially because it's mobile, is like it's honestly it's really good. It's really fun. Um, their cosmetic store is a little out of pocket, but I mean, hey, people gotta earn their money somehow. And do what you do to put the dollary dues in your pockets. But I don't know, just the idea of people owning the concept of catching fake animals and fake devices is incredibly weird to me, and I'll never really understand it. But I guess that's not for me to understand. I guess we just have to wait to see what happens with this entire lawsuit and things, and hopefully, Nintendo gets smote by the might of Zeus because it's ridiculous. It's like owning an entire genre. It's like saying like you own. It's like saying like you own a genre of sports games. Like you say, you can't, you can't, nobody else can make a game where you pick up a bat and swing it at a ball because like Nintendo has a patent for those kinds of games or those kinds of sports or something like that. Like it's ridiculous, you know? So hopefully we find out more, and then also again, hopefully Nintendo gets smacked down with the might of Zeus because like man, just sit down, just do that, just do that, and I hope more indie games keep coming out and just absolutely smacking Nintendo and Pokemon around because they deserve it, especially after I'll say Nintendo deserves it after the amount of mid games have come out recently. Like Tears of the Kingdom, I took off work for Tears of the Kingdom. Like I was so excited for that game that I took off work. It was like I have to be at home to play this game, and then I got at home to play that game, and I was just like, "What is this? What in the world is this? This is the like there. Yeah, no, I won't start writing about Tears of the Kingdom because if I do, then I'll keep going for hours and hours. So this is where I'll end it. I guess just let me know your thoughts if you equally think that Nintendo needs to be smacked down with the might of Zeus, or you think they actually have a leg to stand on. But regardless, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know how YouTube is, and I'll see you guys in the next one.